Welcome back to episode 31. Today we are super excited. We have a great, wonderful guest and also someone who's been a local to Rancho, now out in Long Beach. Our great friend, Chris Sweeney, who owns Right Meals. So we're going to introduce him, talk about where he came from. We want to hear all the rags to riches kind of story and where you're doing now. So with all further ado, welcome, Chris.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me out here. What a drive. It's been a while since I've been in Rancho. But
Has it been?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So you don't come out to the IE no more?
Not really, no. I'll usually send my delivery drivers out, not me. But yeah, I mean, I used to do deliveries out here.
Did you?
Yeah.
How to start? Is that where it started? You delivered and cooked out here or what?
No. So, I used to be in the real estate industry just like you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work for Intero, actually multiple companies out this way. And just started cold calling for companies. Wasn't smart enough to pass my real estate exam. That was my problem. I was really good at cold calling, setting appointments, and I could not pass that real estate exam. It took me like 7 times. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I need to find something else to do. It was a struggle.
Hey, he didn't give up though. He didn't give up.
No.
How many times did it take
you to pass your test?
Once.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not on the 1%.
But like
sorry, guys.
For mine, it was crazy because you go through the classes, whatever, and then leading up to the test, I downloaded an app on my phone and was taking like the practice tests over and over and over again. And I failed every single one of them. Like this is like a week straight. I was failing them. The night before, I finally passed one with like a 75%. And then on the way there, I was taking a final one. I passed that one. And then I went in and took the real test and passed.
Okay. On your first try?
On the first try.
Damn.
But yeah.
You're one of those overachievers. That
I know.
You study and then go in, pass it.
I was panicked. Yeah. I thought I was going to fail for sure.
Oh, no. It took me, I passed it on my third one. It took me 2 times.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was like, I'm not going to take this anymore. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah. So I just cold called for like some of the top producers.
So like an ISA or whatever?
Yeah. Set appointments, get commission off of them. But it was so hard because I would set these appointments for these agents and the agents couldn't close.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I would say
you were over delivering, telling them all we're going to rock your world.
Yeah. I remember I would get dropped off in a suit and door knock 150 doors Monday through Friday, get back to the office, put them in a database, call them, email them, did it all. And I would not get off those phones until like I would set an appointment. Always wanted to set an appointment.
What was your average appointments that you would set?
I think the most I did in a day was 12.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But some of the agents that these appointments were dished to, they just couldn't close.
Damn.
Or they're like, well, what about Chris? Why isn't Chris showing me the home? Because I'd build this relationship up with this person. And then finally, they bite. And yeah. So I was like, okay, I got to figure this out because it's not working.
Oh, that would suck. Imagine sending all those appointments, working hard. Like you said, you're door knocking in a suit.
Yeah.
First of all, you're uncomfortable door knocking or calling and sending these appointments, and they just all that hard work went to crap.
Yeah. And then you don't get paid unless that deal closes. So it was a struggle. And I mean, that's how I was sleeping in the office at Intero.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So I couldn't pay rent in Seal Beach. And I was driving back and forth. I was driving a 1998 Pontiac Bonneville.
From Seal Beach out here to Rancho.
Every single morning. I would get here at like 6:30 in the morning to do the morning stuff that we did in that office. I forget.
The affirmations
and the journals and all that stuff. And then I couldn't pay rent. So I ended up sleeping in the office. And I had a little cushion that I would take from the couch in the office and put it underneath my cubicle. And Tony Arouse, I don't know if you remember that really.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So Tony would come in all the time, picking up open house signs for the next morning. And one day he saw me in there. He's like, Chris, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh, I don't want to drive back to Seal Beach. There's traffic. So I'm just going to stay here tonight. He's like, okay. Came back the next night. Same thing. So he's like, Chris, why don't you just follow me? Let's go to my house. He can stay at my house. I said, okay. So I go to his house and his daughter went to college, so they had a vacant room. No bed or anything, just completely vacant. Carpet, puts a sleeping bag on the ground. And I remember sneaking out early. I was a little embarrassed and, same routine, did the whole routine, selling, all that stuff. And then he comes back in again that night. He's like, let's go. You're coming back. Tony put a bed in that room and told me, you can stay as long as you want till you get back on your feet. We're not going to ask questions what you're going through. We just want you, like the nicest family ever. And I ended up staying them with like a year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So we spent like Christmas together, Thanksgiving. Yeah, that was probably one of the nicest things like anybody's ever done. Was like I was really emotional seeing the bed in there. Yeah, so that changed a lot. And then so I got enough money, moved back to Long Beach, and I remember the Bonneville I was driving broke down, so I bought a Kia Forte, a little cheap car. Got that repoed, I think, like 3 times. It's just because I could not make money unless people were closing deals for me. So you couldn't make enough just these hourly rates that you're getting paid to just cold call. It just wasn't enough for me. It was more than that.
And then you got to wait the 30 days or whatever for them to close the deal.
Exactly.
So you're not on a salary or hourly pay, just to clarify, guys.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was tough and it was frustrating and I just couldn't live like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But, so I was always surrounded by pro athletes because I was a college sprinter and I trained with an NFL speed coach, Gary Kablayan. Okay. So he trained like John Ross, Sean Jackson.
Oh, awesome.
Amron St. Brown. But I was always around these guys.
That was the only name I recognized was the last one.
Yeah. So I'm around all these guys and, I would always, take care of my body, eat clean, chicken, rice, broccoli, boring stuff. And there was a realtor named Wally. I don't know if you know that realtor.
Yes.
So he's out here. That was actually my first client.
No way.
Wally was my first client.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
That is
my
neat.
very first client. He's like, Chris, that food you bring to the office, can you cook that for us? Or me? Sure. I was at Christian Fuentes' office at this time.
Yes, I remember. But I think we were working there at the same time.
I think so. Yeah. So I was cold calling for Christian's team. And yeah, sure. But this time I remember my car got repoed and I was cold calling from my house because I just couldn't get out to the office. Again, you're not getting paid unless a deal's close. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there, and thinking, okay, how can I get the food out there? Had no money in my account. So he Venmoed me, I think it was like $120. I had negative 48 in my account. I remember walking down to the Ralph's in Signal Hill at the traffic circle.
Mm-hmm.
I got like chicken, sweet potatoes, and like broccoli. Walked back into the house, cooked it, Ubered out there. Couldn't get an Uber back, so I called my buddy to get me an Uber back home. Gets me an Uber home, and I couldn't even use my phone without Wi-Fi because I couldn't pay my phone bill. So I was struggling.
Yeah.
And I remember getting back to the house on Wi-Fi, and I had all these notifications on Facebook, and Wally posted this photo of the food. It looked like dog food. I mean, I'm not a cook. I had no culinary background. I was a college athlete. Didn't go to school for any like food, anything. And that photo changed everything. We had all these realtors out here. All of them were out here. My primary clients were all out here. I didn't have a car. So I'm borrowing cars, driving out here, making deliveries at like 4 a.m, meeting realtors at gas stations and just making it happen.
Doing drug food deals.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like drug food deals, like really though. And that's how it started, was that one post. And from there it was just snowball effect. And
that's awesome.
So when that post, like, okay, so you're meal prepping yourself, you're bringing your stuff, and then that guy asked for it, and then he posts the picture. Like in that moment when you saw that the reaction to that photo and the request at that moment, like, did you see the path right there, right then?
No, I saw the path 2 weeks in. I think I was like, it's not a lot, but it was like $2,500. It was enough to get me to my car and get it out of repossession. So my buddy Richard, who's a fire captain for Long Beach today, we're best friends, my teammate in college, drives me all the way out to Fontana. That's where the car was. And we get in the car and I told him, hey, follow me, tailgate me because my tags are expired. So with my luck, I'm going to get pulled over for the tags and they're going to take the car away, So he's following me back all the way to Long Beach. And I remember getting to Long Beach and we parked and I just broke down. I was like, okay, I've been struggling for a long time. And do I go back to real estate and waste my time, my valuable time? I know what I'm worth. I'm a grinder. I'm a hustler. Like, this is where it starts. I don't know anything about food. And I was like, let me just keep this going. I'll use the sales tactics that I learned in real estate and apply it to this. And, following up, cold calling, getting your foot out there face to face, like all that stuff I applied, like those first, like that first year was a grind.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like I was just making money to live.
Mhm.
You know, there wasn't really a vision, and then I created the word right meals. So before I would take all these, I would buy food and not know anything about food waste or anything. So I had all these leftover food. And I would tell people, okay, every order I get, I'll put a meal aside and pass it out to the homeless. And then that's when I came up with, okay, we'll call it right meals.
Yeah.
Nourish your body, feed your soul, which I still keep to this day. That's my slogan.
Right.
And that's what I did. And I just kept with it, created a slogan, created the branding, the website, GoDaddy website. And to this day, that same web designer is with me to this day.
Oh, that's cool.
We're working on a deal with Red Bull right now, which is kind of cool.
That's
And he's designing
awesome.
all that for us.
Yeah.
But it's that first year, I think I was just doing it just to make it by, to feed myself.
It was actually making money finally. And you're like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, not really, but really, yeah.
Like you're
Enough to buy supplies and
you were below water. Now you're like at water level.
Yeah.
treading,
I mean, I didn't even know what food cost was. I didn't know any of that stuff. Like I didn't know how to price it out. People were getting
I
a
remember
deal.
your first packaging too, because I bought early on when you started I don't know how long has it been? 15 years now?
No,
Or 10?
we're almost at 11.
11?
Yeah,
Okay.
11
Oh my God, I
years.
feel like it's been longer because I remember
Yeah.
when meeting you at Intero just as an agent, there working with Danny, and then now who you are today. It's like that whole vision. I saw the struggle, I saw the effort, I saw the unstoppable like hustle and grind that you have. So it's a pretty unique story. I do want to hear even more so with that, like you're not just a meal prep company. It's beyond that. And do you want to tell us more about that? I think that's like the more important part, the mission, the grind, the community, how you are such a staple in your community, I feel, in Long Beach, but in the, LA, everywhere, just helping out, you help the homeless. I see that all the time, giving back to the community. That's a big thing for you. Like you mentioned, not just prepping the meals, but giving it back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very community driven. Fires, the
Yes.
fires we did a lot. I ended up in the hospital because I overdid it.
Dang.
My body was just shut down. I wasn't sleeping.
Did you see that about, like, I don't know if you saw him on the news and all this stuff. Like he literally, I'm gonna brag about it because I thought it was really neat. Brought the community of Long Beach together and just, you guys got a U-Haul and just kept giving back, and the community came together during the fires, the Palisades fires, you guys. And you were just dropping supplies after.
Yeah, we were one of the, I think I would like to say we were the first.
Yeah.
I remember watching the fires, and the very first night it went off, and there was a scene with these elderly people in a gas station getting rolled out from a retirement home. It's like their nightgowns, and at a gas station. I'm like panic. I'm a very emotional person too. And I'm very like, when I have something on my mind, I'm like, I make it happen. And like, I got to help these people. So I'm calling my buddy, he's a firefighter, like, Rich, like, what can I do? Like, I'm like, not joking, but joking, like, God, give me some like fire gear. Like, I'll go help. Like, I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, they're going to need supplies. That's smart. Okay.
I got supplies.
I can make it happen. So I'm like, I called the U-Haul. Can I get a U-Haul truck? And I'm just going to put it in front of my restaurant. And then I'm just going to post, hey, I'm going to collect supplies. I'm going to drop them off to people that need them out in Altadena.
Mm-hmm.
I posted that I'm going to put a U-Haul out in front of my restaurant, and that thing got over like 900,000 views. Within like 24 hours. It was crazy. The first, like, I remember parking it, and I had like little signs like toothpaste, toilet paper, like not knowing what to expect. And mind you, like, there was no one doing this yet. And we shut Amazon down for Long Beach. Like the Amazon drivers are like, you guys are the only ones getting deliveries right now. Instacart. People were Amazon Instacarting. It was chaos. Our whole street was like, people were upset, but then they realized what it was for.
Right.
People that were dropping off supplies were like, do you need help? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is crazy. So we had a group of like 15 people who worked with me the entire time, just collecting toys. And we filled up, I think we did 18 full 28-foot box trucks.
Damn.
Wow.
Like we the first night I was getting pushed around to like YMCA, Dream Center. We went to the fire headquarters. We had YMCA calling me, asking me for supplies. It was chaos. And I did not sleep because there was just so many phone calls, people like just nonstop. And I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But if it was anybody who can do it, it's me. Like my battery is different. And I tell
Right.
people that I don't care who you are, I'll beat you in my battery is just programmed differently. And it was crazy. We did 7,000 sandwiches for the command center for both in, gosh, I can't even think right now, Palisades Command Center, and then also in Pasadena, the Rose Bowl.
Yes.
We did, there was a lot we did. I took the Pasadena High School men's and women's soccer team. We took them to the Copa National game. Just trying to do stuff for the community. We did a run and plunge, raise money for a family that lost their home. And we're doing something this year for our Christmas run and plunge. We're taking all the toys out to Altadena with the fire department.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
have you ever done a run and plunge?
I have no idea what
Have you
that
done
is.
a cold plunge?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so like
they're
you're
popular now. Yeah, it's big now, but
it's the hipster thing.
Yeah.
But it's good for you.
So you
So
just run and then jump in a hot.
We've been doing it for 3 years, and we kind of pulled back away from it because everybody's doing it now. But I called running groups up and like, hey, we're gonna open our space. You can come hang out. It's free. Just go for a 3-mile run, come back. We'll have the ice bath set up. I partner up with like Normatec, the company, Hyper Ice.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put the compressions out there, and I have a buddy who does like a giant wooden sauna post up in front of the restaurant. It's pretty cool. We have a DJ play.
That's
and
cool.
Just community driven, people just bringing the community together. That's what we try to do over at
But
the
you're so
restaurant.
impactful with that. Like, think about everyone you've touched and just started that wave, not just in your community, but in other communities and other cities. Like, everyone's watching you. Because I know when you did that whole thing with Palisades and helping, it rippled out here.
I saw that.
So I know like Celeste and a few of the girls.
Yeah, I saw that.
We did the same, or they did the same thing, and I contribute out here just because it was closer to drive and bring supplies. But you have such a way of impacting other out there to just kind of follow suit and do good. Honestly, it's just the kindness and goodness of your heart,
Yeah.
And it's genuinely not perceived as like get something in return. You genuinely just want the better for everyone else. That's genuine. And I think it's, again, it pours out into other communities where now they're seeing even the cold plunge, the run and plunge. It's fun. It's giving. It's brings everyone together, unites everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, that was probably the most like craziest time of my life was those fires, the most emotional time. Like, I feel like I feel like I have trauma from, because I was the only person that would get escorted through, the National Guard by a sheriff, and they would drive me up there. So I saw
so you were in the streets.
I was in the streets. Like, I was in the fires. Like, I saw the fires. I saw the homes, like the cadaver dogs. Like, I remember getting stuck up there because there's no electricity. It's like being up in like Mount Baldy. It's in the mountains. Altadena is like up in the mountains pretty much. And there is no electricity. So it's
black,
pitch dark black. So I'm at the command center at the sheriff's station, and it just finished. We got coffee set up for the sheriffs. We brought a coffee machine. My coffee guy hooked him up with a coffee machine. We had this company that was helping me ship out all these sandwiches and stuff. I was like, hey, do you have a truck that's refrigerated that you're not using right now? Oh yeah. Can we leave it at the command center? Because they don't have electricity. They need a refrigerator. So they use that guy's truck the entire time that they had this command center set up. So there was just like little things and like connections that I had made, and would just share the resources out, connecting like SoFi, getting rid of all their sandwiches and like all this stuff. It was crazy. It was a crazy time. And I went to the hospital. I got diagnosed with rhabdo, which
rhabdo?
is like shut your body down. David Goggins got it. Like just over exerting yourself, not resting, not sleeping. Like just, it shuts your body. It can shut your liver down.
Oh,
Can kill you. Yeah.
Damn.
So I went to the hospital for that.
Overexhaustion times like 10.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. It can kill you. So I was just going nonstop, and I didn't know how to tell people no.
Yeah.
So I just, we can make that happen. And we had like the YMCA calling us like, hey, do you have access to this? Or
I picked that up. You were like, oh, they were calling, like you had so much resources flowing to you that the people that normally try to help with resources were calling you for resources.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. But and we met a lot of cool people from that. Like people I still talk to this day.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because I did see you're out there with the families, talking to the families. How did that impact you? Just
Oh,
hearing their stories.
that was emotional.
Yeah.
Like there was only one family that we filmed for it was for the charity event we were doing. So we
Yes.
just want to put the story out there for them. But yeah, every time I went out there, it was an emotional, like very emotional. Like I would cry all the time. I still
Yeah.
get emotional about it because it's still fresh.
Yeah.
Very fresh.
Yeah, it's like, and people don't understand, like these people lost everything. Like it's Christmas coming up and this is their first Christmas. They don't have anything.
Yeah.
Then you get pieces of shits out. Sorry, excuse me, but going
Yeah.
out there, buying their property, buying their land, making offers. I'm like, that's not okay. It's impacted me differently than I feel like if you didn't see it firsthand. Like I had firefighter friends that were out there and they were crying. And these are guys that I know that are like, they're not going to cry.
They see
Like,
stuff all the time.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was very emotional for them. Like,
yeah. Aside from that, then you would see like all the nasty stories of the vacant homes. If you would have people come in and rob what was left,
Oh,
like that was disgusting.
so
to
when
me.
when I got stuck in the command center, there's these guys out there with like night vision. So Robert Luna, sheriff, came up there and he was talking to him, and I met Robert, and it was kind of cool. He's like, "Are you the guy from Long Beach?" Because Robert was a Long Beach chief before he became sheriff. It's like, "You're the guy coming from Long Beach that everyone's talking about." I was like, "Yeah." So it was cool that I had a cool little like conversation with him, and but there's these guys standing around there, all like night vision and stuff. I'm like, "Oh, what are they here for?" There was a gang, like a legit gang, that they were coming from Venezuela or something. They're getting a working pass to come out here. They're organized like thieves, and they were targeting all these homes that were still intact.
They were intact, but
A lot of
they
them,
were
a
intact.
lot of them were
evacuated.
vacant.
Oh, they weren't.
No,
People
a lot of
still
people,
living there?
a lot of people refused to leave.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's
I
another
thought it
thing.
was
We were
in-
bringing supplies up to those people too.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were refusing to leave. And then there was people that were pushed out that knew these people were up there. Hey, can you watch our place? So it was weird. It was like dog eat dog out there. Like people were out there with like their guns. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Seeing that like firsthand, like just experiencing it was like, wow, this is pretty wild.
You never know who you come across, especially during that time. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's like the apocalypse in a way.
It really
like,
was. It really
everyone's
was.
out there just fending for their own life and fending for their own property and security.
Yeah, there's signs like we'll shoot you if you come on our land, like just
Yeah.
crazy stuff, and like just like little like supplies that you wouldn't even think about that people need, like female hygiene products. Like there's guys out there like, yeah, I don't have any underwear. Like if you can get a hand of underwear, like please, like whatever you can get your hands on. So I would call, hey, can we get some underwear? Or hey, do you have socks? And we would just get them. We would get it. Baby cribs. Like it was a crazy time.
Oh,
It was nuts.
that's scary to be up there. And I understand because it's like you work so hard for your home. This is your home, your security, your safety, and not to leave, and then also be worried, not just the fires, but now of people from Venezuela. That's insane.
Yeah, it was Chile.
Chile.
Chile. Yeah.
Yeah,
Chile.
don't throw the wrong people under
Sorry,
the bus.
yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
terrible.
saying?
Yeah, my bad. Let me take that. It was Chile. I
Get your game.
yeah,
right.
no, it was Chile. But it was
That's
kind of crazy to
crazy.
think about.
Yeah,
And
like
it
they're
was
hired
legit.
to come out to literally rob and.
Well,
So they've been doing it for years. Like all those
Opportunities,
like a
though.
lot in LA and stuff, like pickpocketing
didn't
and stuff. But
know.
those were like, well, not all of them, but a lot of them were
I'm
professional.
so naive to that. Like I'm.
I don't think a lot of people
like,
don't know that.
that's crazy.
This is
No,
just
I
what I
didn't
heard
know.
from law
Yeah.
enforcement. Like, wow, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, like you said, you've never. I mean, most of us have never ever gone through any kind of a disaster like that, right? California, especially if you're in California, like you go to Florida, different places like that where they have hurricanes and they have evacuations almost every year.
Yeah.
They have hurricanes coming through every other year, and then they have devastation, and then they have to deal with the aftermath. So when you live like for LA, the hills and stuff, the people that stayed behind, they're staying behind for their home, but not thinking like the devastation, like it wiped out entire blocks,
Everything.
right? So now you're the one standing there, and now you're looking around going like, I didn't even expect what's coming next. I've got guys out there with night vision, keeping, people from, going through and scavenging for stuff. Like it just from one disaster followed up to another disaster of fearing for your life and having people come and rob you in the middle of the night. And like, it's just crazy.
There's no water, there's no electricity, there's no gas. So all that was shut down. So you had people out there like with fire pits. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. And just like having like that like just the options that go through National Guard and like they were relying on us like for supplies. Like we got their numbers, like, hey, we need this. So-and-so's living over here. She needs this. She's got a baby still. I'm like, it was wild, crazy.
It's an eye opener, really. The things we take for granted, like the little things that, you know, when something as disastrous as this happened, like again, the aftermath, you have nothing, you know, the water, we take that for granted. I feel we waste so much water. It's not even funny. Cause I'm even like, just this comes to mind, just washing dishes. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought you were going to say washing your hair or something.
Well,
like
I mean,
3 hours, like 3 hours long.
No, I'm not one of those girls, but just like washing dishes, you know what I mean? We waste so much water when it's like people out there, not just here, but all over the world are just like, just little things, toothpaste, underwear, like you said, socks, baby cribs, you know, food, just the little things we take for granted. And when something like that happens, you know, we're out here trying to rush and save and help our community. You know, it's just, it's heartbreaking.
It was life-changing for sure. And then like we had the donation center at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And we're by a bunch of hotels, like the Hilton, the Westin, Breakers, the Fairmont, all these hotels are near us. And they were families from like Palisades were staying at these hotels. And I remember this guy kept coming in with his family. I'm like, oh, you're really enjoying the food here? And he's like, yeah, we're actually, we're victims of the fire. So we're staying around the corner at the hotel. I'm like, oh, and, you know, I was like, oh shit. And so I went up to him, hey man, you can grab anything you want from this box and take it back to your hotel room. Like these are like, I want you to come and take it. And they're like, no, it's okay. Like, no, please. Like, cause it's hard for them. A lot of these people, like they didn't know how to ask for help. Right. They didn't know how to accept the help. Cause they'd never been in a position where they need toothpaste or, you know, it was just crazy to see. And I remember his wife going over there and like picking up like hair ties and like, you know, little things that you didn't think about, you know, and she started crying. Then I lost it. And I had to walk away and I broke down and I was like, gosh, this is crazy. And it's crazy how like a devastation, you know, thing like that can happen, a disaster, and it brought the community together. And it sucked that it took something like that to bring people together. Yeah. You know, and that's what I always looked at too.
Yeah.
How'd you deal with, like, I know where your store's at and you said you had the trucks there. Did you ever have homeless? Because I know you have a problem in that community, in that area, with homeless always trying to break in and stuff. Did anyone ever try to break into the trucks or anything like that?
No, because we just took it right away.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
so it wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, you deal with break-ins and stuff. It's a city life. Yeah. You know, we do have a pretty bad homeless issue down there. Yeah. You know, it's just, they don't have the resources to get the help they need, and it's bad. But no, we didn't have issues with that. I did notice though, and when we went to Santa Anita to drop off, this is one of the only time we did it. When we dropped off, we noticed cars that were parked on the outside that were hopping the fence and stealing like all the toilet paper and taking it to the car. Oh. And these people were reselling it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. There was
selling supplies that you're trying to get.
Yeah, that happened a lot. Yeah. So really? Like, you drive through like LA and you see like pop up like little grocery stores and stuff. Like,
yeah. Oh, I see that. I see like the Costco resale stuff all the time.
Yeah, they're making money off that. And not everybody, but there's that was going on a lot, which was sad too.
Yeah. I think same thing happened for COVID and pop up toilet paper stands and, you know.
Yeah. They knew it was a need, but the way they were getting it, taking donations and taking it out, like, it was kind of messed up.
So. Yeah, that's very messed up, man. So you have some wild stories. I want to kind of pivot a little positive. You know, it's very emotional. Like, you know, outside looking in, you know, you being hands-on. I just want to kind of pivot to a little lighter mood.
Yeah.
Let's get away from the trauma that we're still trying to heal and deal with. So those of you out there, still keep giving. You know, everyone still needs it. There's still a lot of need of help out there.
Yeah, there's a ton. And
yeah. Is there a place where people can still continue to donate?
Yeah. I'll post something. Actually, we're posting something pretty soon about our run and plunge, a Santa run and plunge we do.
Okay.
We're taking toy donations, and we're taking it directly to a particular fire station in Altadena, and they're passing these toys out directly to the families that they know of that need it. It's not open to the public where public can just come and grab toys. Like, right. So it's specifically
for victims of the fire.
Yeah, for victims. But we're gonna do a toy drive for that.
That's awesome.
And then I'll find out like if they need other resources still. I know we did a Pasadena hospital which one is it? Gosh, like Huntington Hospital in Pasadena. We were donating. They emptied out this room and made it a center for their displaced employees. They had over 2,500 displaced employees.
Oh, wow.
So like they were still coming to work, but they had no supplies and stuff. So we were donating trucks and filling up this room with like clothes, waters, like, baby formula. Baby formula was a huge one. Toilet paper, things like that. And so their employees would go in there, take it out. And I think it's still going on.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
it's crazy. Just continue giving, guys. You know, we need it definitely.
Yeah,
and the families
it's still
out there
fresh.
need it. It's very fresh.
It's not even a year. So
no, it's wild to think. It's like you can literally remember and smell the fires even out this way.
Yeah.
Like really fresh. It's home. At the end of the day, it's home. Give back to your community and help out. But I do want to hear some positive, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
So now that you open up your location in Long Beach, how did you start growing that business in Long Beach? Like, how did that start from literally selling from
gas stations in the middle of the night?
Parking lot pimping, hustling there to now you got the store. How did that transition and that growth happen?
So we started first started in my house kitchen. And from there, I went to a restaurant and the owner, we made a deal. You can bartend and use my kitchen for an exchange, So I was working crazy shifts. I was a grinder, still grinding. But so I would work from I remember the bar would open up at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. sometimes.
Jeez.
Then get in the kitchen and prep. And I'm doing maybe 150 meals in this kitchen at this point, which is not a lot. So I would go in there until maybe 6 a.m. Didn't have a car, by the way. My Kia it was gone again. So it was a constant struggle. So
Kia.
and it was an ugly car. And so the owner would pull up in his Escalade. So I would take his Escalade out and go do deliveries. I put so many miles in the car because I was still coming out to Rancho because there was people out here ordering.
Jeez.
And then, word of mouth. So I kept getting bigger and bigger. And then I would hire friends here, I'll pay you cash. It was cash business, nothing not legal or anything for 4 years. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And so I was paying buddies hey, can you drive out over here? Because I got to go over here. It just would not work.
What year is this?
This was 8 years ago, maybe. Okay. Yeah. I'm on year 11. No, I'm going into year 11. So it was 9 years ago, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm in this kitchen, right? And then I used them for a long time. And then COVID hit. And so now we're at 2020. And we're doing really well. I'm using their staff to prep for me. I'll pay them cash. Here, help me out. If you want to cut chicken, here's $40. I didn't know how to food costs, labor costs. I didn't have any of that dialed in. I was just here's $50. Help me with this. Just trying to make it happen.
To Rancho? Well,
$50
on the side.
Literally, that's how it was. And so then we're in this kitchen during COVID. And at this time, I'm working with a bunch of sporting agents and stuff. And I'll tell you how I got my first. I'll tell you how I got my first deal soon. But so we COVID hit and we were blessed, really blessed to that's where my business shot up because hotel restaurants were shut down. So all these sporting teams were staying at these restaurants or hotels asking us for boxed meals because buffet, you got to get away from buffet. So we specialize in boxed meals. We knew how to heat them up properly. It's a science behind everything. And we were doing I remember we did almost 1,200 meals on a Saturday. It was nuts. And the kitchen closed down. So his staff needed work. We'll pay him cash.
Yeah.
Give him work to do, just 2 days of a week of work. We were doing so well. We would have cars lined up for the Boys and Girls Club at the restaurant. We were giving them sacks of lunch. So I would make 300 meals during that time, pastas and stuff, and give it to the family. So they would pull up. It's like a drive-through. And then I outgrew that kitchen. And the guy's well, hey, what are you going to do when we open back up? Because you literally have full production in this giant kitchen. This is a big restaurant. Well, you're right. So then I hit up a wedding venue. And we got connected, and this wedding venue this is the first time where I didn't have to touch anything. No production. I didn't have to touch the food. They did it all. They slapped the packaging on. I just have to bag the orders and get the deliveries out. So that was a kind of cool moment where I was able to go out and sell and but the quality was kind of dropping because I wasn't hands-on. So I was very frustrated all the time trying to fix issues and they weren't getting fixed. And then me and the owner were just butting heads. And I remember he said one night, he called me. It was over like a fridge not working. And he said, I'm a gift to you. You wouldn't, you need me or something along those lines.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, fuck that. And that's when I was like, okay. So I started, let me figure out my next step because I don't want to be stuck doing this. I want my own space. I want my own space.
Yeah.
So then I started calling realtors. Hey, how's this commercial thing work? Like I don't know how this works. Like, do I to buy something? Do I lease it? Like, I didn't know. And so this restaurant was shutting down and the owner would order meal prep from me. She's like, hey, Chris, like I'm shutting down. Do you want to take over this restaurant? And they're a staple, before COVID. They've been in business for like 15 years, I think. And so I looked at the space and I fell in love with it. You've seen it. It's beautiful.
Yes.
But initially I was going to knock out all the walls and make it a giant commercial kitchen. That's not going to work out with the money I had and the permit issues, all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, let's pivot. So we're like, I've been in the restaurant industry. I'm very particular on how I like things. I can make this work. So we'll do all production here. We'll do all the meals out of this kitchen. We'll make it a healthy eatery, very clean menu where they can come in, dine in, but also have coffee, juices, wellness shots, smoothies, and be my space.
Yeah, they'll plug and play. That's cool.
Yeah, and we literally created the menu like 2 weeks before. Like I created an opening date. Like I didn't know it was a quick flip pivot, and here we are. And
how long from the time you got it till you opened it? What was that? You said it's pretty quick.
It was probably like 4 months.
4 months.
4 months, yeah. Because we didn't really have to do any major renovations to it because we had to do that pivot.
Mm-hmm.
We were still doing production out of that kitchen. I remember the last day. It was like, hey, this is my last day here. Opening it up, and then I posted something. I kept it low key. No one knew except for like my closest friends and family. And I remember posting something and like, what? Like you're making a location? Like, yeah. So it was cool.
It's pretty prime location. You should definitely check it out. It's pretty cool. It's right next to this cool like record store.
They're gone.
Are they really?
Yeah, after 20 years. Yeah, but there's a Pilates studio going in.
Yeah,
so,
really?
Yeah. So it's good for us.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So
it's perfect.
Yeah, they would have live performers come to the like Ice Cube's been there.
Oh gosh, like
a lot of
since I've been there, I've like Ozzy, Taking Back Sunday, Blink 182.
It's pretty cool.
Hosier, like big names would come into this record shop, like shut it down. Like the street would have like 5,000 people.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Oh dang. So how long did it take you? Because I saw it from before you had the patio. How long did that take for you to expand? Because I think it's an expansion from just the store to the patio. Like, was that part of it or was that like a different?
Oh yeah. The outdoor seating was part of the deal.
It was part of the deal.
Yeah. So it was part of the deal. And that's when you got to get creative. Okay. What can I do? Because all your space, you need to make money with every piece of your square foot of that place, So that's when I got creative, like the running plunges. Like, let's do events to fill this up out here. We've done like rescue dog days where we'll have a rescuer come and bring like their dogs, and we'll host companies, their lunches, and we have a beer and wine license too. Nice. We don't promote it at the restaurant because we're a healthy, but if people want to use us for catering or if they want to use our spot, we've had wedding rehearsals, graduation parties there. So it's a cool location to utilize it in different ways.
So you do outside catering?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we do a lot of outside catering for sporting teams, weddings. Oh, gosh, I've done a lot of random catering events. Yeah.
Do you need them?
No, but I have like, it's just, the way life works sometimes. The thing that stood out to me is, so you had a client who was getting meal prep from you, who owned a restaurant, could clearly, has plenty access to food. How did she know that you were looking for a space?
Long Beach is a small, it's a big city, but it's a small community, like you can just ask somebody for something and they'll know somebody.
Okay.
Like I asked the guy, my realtor at the time, I said, hey, do you know anybody who's looking to move out of their kitchen? Because it's during COVID too. So people are like trying to okay, this is my opportunity. She opened up another restaurant that's bigger than what she had before. So he knew of a couple people that, wanted to sell their restaurant. And this one made more sense than any other ones.
Yeah,
so,
that's neat.
Yeah.
That's neat. Just,
It's all about who you know.
Yeah.
It is.
And
It very much is. I heard a saying, and I'm probably gonna fuck this up because I always fuck up sayings. It's not who you know, it's who knows you. You know,
I
that
think
makes a
that's
difference too. Is that right? Or
Yeah.
it kind of goes both ways. Am I saying that right? Or who
I
do you
don't know. I've never heard that one.
I think you
heard
butchered it, but I know what you're
probably
going
did.
with.
Is it who you know or who knows you or who?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because and the reason I'm saying it because I heard it backwards. I've heard it the Ford way, where it's who you know versus who knows you. Because the reason I'm saying that is because like the word of mouth, right? And you
Word
said
of mouth is huge.
the word of mouth. Someone knew you that knew you were looking for space, and that word of mouth got out.
Yeah.
Just by knowing you.
Just relationships.
You know, just relationships.
Relationships
so who
are
knows
huge.
You? Yeah.
Yeah. There was a saying that's really changed probably in the last year for me, and it's who, not how.
Oh.
Right. Because you're one relationship away from your entire life changing. You know, you never know, but you know, so often we try to do everything ourselves. And when you finally got a kitchen where you weren't the one grinding in the with the food, obviously it created some bottlenecks there, but you had to get through that. But it was then who, not how. How do I get out of this production? It was who you got there, and then from there you got here. So, you know, those relationships, it's who you can accelerate faster and do more with who instead of trying to figure out the how.
Yeah. Did you ever help someone to coach and mentor you on the business side, or did you just like
learn
figure it out?
Learn
yourself?
as you go. Yeah. I know enough people I can call and ask them advice. I will say the restaurant's probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life. It's a grind like no other. I think restaurant owners are very underestimated.
It's insane business.
It's the hardest business I've ever gone into. My health is not the same. Stress levels are extremely high. I feel like I love my employees, but I feel like they're my kids. Like I'm constantly like watching my kids. Like it's a lot of work. It's very stressful. And people are like, oh, I want to own a restaurant. No, you don't. I already can tell like you don't have the mentality to own a restaurant. You would fail. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a different grind. Like the last 3 years, it's been a harder grind than I feel like it was when I was doing those all-nighters. It's different. There's more responsibilities. The bigger you get to, the harder your problems are. The more problems you come across. There's things that they don't prepare you for, you know, and it's funny. I speak at USC once a year at this class about entrepreneurship with like, these are kids that are dietitians, but that want to open up a restaurant, or like, look, what you learn in this class, like you learn good stuff, but there's things out there that school can't teach you at all. Like, things that you come across, break-ins, homeless issue, ADA lawsuits, employees, it's a lot. It's a lot, but I love it. I kind of get it. Like it's like a rush. Like I was an athlete, it's a challenge, and I just love that challenge.
Well, I think too, like, and I think you touched on it, you have different problems, right? There's more attached to those problems than there was back in the day, right? So at some point, when you get to a certain level, you're like, I'm blessed to have this problem, because I never thought I would even be able to make a decision like this, whatever the decision is, $100,000 deal or $1 million deal or whatever, and you're stressing over it. But like, wow, like what a blessing that is to have that kind of stress.
You're right. And sometimes so I do journal still. And I picked this up from Danny's office. We would write down 3 things that would make me happy in the last 24 hours, 10 things I'm thankful for, and then a goal I would write down for myself. I wish I brought it. It's in the car. So I have one from 2015, and some of my goals, like I will have my own kitchen. I will have my own kitchen. I'll have my own kitchen. And then things I was thankful for, I'm thankful for the people that come in and support me, my employees, having a roof over my head, being able to pay a vendor $10K, or being able to pay payroll that's $13,000. Like these are numbers that were like so unattainable, in my mindset 10 years ago. And here we are now, fast forward 10 years. It's pretty cool. And this is going to be my first year I'm going to do 7 figures. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't talk numbers because I'm very private about but it's like, it's really cool to like see that on paper and how it started, because I didn't have it really started from nothing. I didn't take over a company, or I created this brand, and it's really cool. Like I was at the Raider game this weekend, with Max Crosby, who's their number 1 player. And I got a personal invite from his family and him. Like
That's
Like, this
awesome.
is cool. Like the relationships that I built from nothing, and today, like, yeah, it's stressful as hell. Some days I cry probably once a week. I have mental breakdowns probably every day. But it's like, okay, but there's
The
definitely
reward.
rewards to it. And yeah, I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, and building those relationships, that's awesome. So you talked about how you took your skills back from sales to where you are now to build these relationships. Like, how did you get those? Like, let's talk about those wins you have, because they're just continuous growth that I keep seeing and we keep seeing. You mentioned off air about this new, I don't want to say because that's your business, but new ventures you're looking forward, to hopefully coming soon. But how did you start building those connections? Were you on the phones just calling until you got that appointment still with, certain people you want to work with, or certain organizations you want to work with? Like, how did that come about?
So you just got to be comfortable in your own skin.
Right.
I see people like in your industry too. You see people are super scared and timid on the phones, or scared to go do an open house or door knock. It's like, you can't be scared. And then you're never going to see these people again, probably. So what are you scared for? Just talk, just be personable, talk, be yourself. Like I said, relationship building is super key in this business, and you got to be personable, and you have to have good intentions. I think that's the biggest part, is good intentions. I love meeting new people every day. I love following up with people. I'm not scared to hear a no.
Right.
I've heard so many no's in my life, and it's like, I'm going to hear a yes, and you also sometimes, like, you got to fake it till you make it, like there's my biggest first contract that I got. I borrowed my buddy's Audi and didn't have a suit, and I borrowed a suit, got stickers printed on these labels, and showed up to this big agency, NFL agency, and they're like, "You're the only company that brought us actual samples."
Really?
And I asked him, "Well, what are the other companies?" I don't talk about companies either, but he named these companies, and these are big companies that I'm competing against. I'm like, cool. Like, and I got the deal. That was my
Nice.
biggest deal that that was my first breakthrough in the NFL, was working with this particular agency. Then you do get with an agent, it's word of mouth, it's like, and a realtor, it's word of mouth. You do get with this client, she's got family members that are going to want to refer you to them. It's tougher with a house because it's not so often as food. Food is constant, but yeah, I'm just constantly following up, making those relationships, building those relationships. Working on something right now with Red Bull. There's only 2 facilities in the entire world for Red Bull, and one's in Santa Monica and the other one's I get the countries confused, but I think Red Bull's Denmark. I think they're based in Denmark.
Sounds
yeah.
right.
So there's only 2 facilities in the entire world, and they have their athletes and staff there. So you're working like F1 athletes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I've been working on this for a year, calling him, emailing him, on Instagram, like
whatever it takes.
Yeah. Not being too pushy. Like, I'm not pushy sales, like car salesman. You got to be like personable, like, and then I'll ask like somebody that mutual people, like, hey, bring me up. Like, let's just throw something in there for me, And last week or 2 weeks ago, we jumped on a call, our 3rd call. Now we're putting up a website just for them, where their staff and employees and athletes can order directly from. So we'll be doing lunch every single day, Monday through Friday, for up to 75, 100 people per day, which is a big contract.
Yeah.
So working on that right now. And then also you have FIFA coming up. So we work directly. We're part of the Los Angeles Sports Entertainment Committee. I got that deal. I was at my chiropractic office, and me and this guy would talk about meal prepping. He's all about big production, like Amazon production type stuff. And he's like, you know what? You would fit good in with this company. Reach out to this person. It's Los Angeles Sports Entertainment Committee for the Super Bowl. So they're in charge of Super Bowl, FIFA. They're subcontracted with LA28, like big. So I can get contracts being underneath this umbrella, this group.
Wow.
And I've been with them for 5 years now, and I've gotten like USC, I've gotten things with the Keens, AEG, being a part of Los Angeles Sports Entertainment Committee, which has been pretty cool.
That's sick.
That's
awesome.
Just knocking on doors, Once you knock on a door, there's a hallway of other doors. You can knock on those doors, and there's endless opportunities. You can't be scared. You gotta get out of that comfort zone. just go for it. You
Yeah.
never know until you swing. Seriously.
Yeah.
As
That's
corny as
true.
that sounds.
It's true. It's very true. What was that like when you got that? 'Cause I know you're a big Raiders fan, right?
Oh, that was a
That
special
was the
moment.
dream, right?
This podcast is over. Sorry, we gotta shut it down.
I mean, I'm a
Yeah.
Dallas fan, so I mean, I'm
Yeah,
talking
that
like-
was an emotional time for me. So my dad passed away during me
Mhm.
opening up my restaurant, unexpectedly. So it was 2 years ago that my dad just didn't wake up from his sleep. So that was a tough thing too, that I had to navigate through and run a business and deal with contracts and all this stuff. So it's a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. And I remember I think it was his 6-month anniversary of him passing. I'm in my office. It's like 7 in the evening and we close at 4. So I'm in there crying. I'm actually legit crying, just emotional. And I get a call and I pick it up. I'm like, God, I wipe my tears. Like, this is Chris with Right Meals. And it's one of the directors from the Raiders.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, cool. Hey, what's up? How can I help you? He's like, hey, we have a client that we were recommended by you from the LA Rams and Chargers. And I'm like, oh, cool. Nice. This is awesome. And, I keep it professional. I'm like, yeah, send me the information. We'll take care of it. We'll get it going right away. Okay. He needs food tomorrow. Shit. I'm like, I never say no. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, cool. So he sends me an email and it's Max Crosby in the subject line. I'm like, no way. My dad is a diehard Raider fan. I'm a huge Raider fan. And I was like, that's my dad just sprinkling his magic from heaven. And that was honestly like one of the coolest moments
yeah.
I think in my career was that,
Wow.
and we went to his house. He was running a house in Malibu and it was an anniversary dinner. And first we did meal prep. He loved them so much that hey, does he do like private events? Yeah. No.
I'll figure that out.
But that was the first.
Yeah.
Max, if you ever listen, I'm sorry I lied to you, but this is the first. You're the first private in-house catering event we did, and
you nailed it.
crushed it. And it was him and his wife's wedding or anniversary.
Oh wow!
So I did the table placement. I did it all. It was great.
That's
so now
awesome.
every time he's out here, he uses us.
I got goosebumps from that.
Me
That
too.
was
That's
crazy.
Yeah,
That was
cool.
it was that was cool. And now we built this relationship with him, his agent, his manager, and actually during the fires, this is cool. I didn't put this out in public, but it's safe now. So we were doing everything, out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was just like I was struggling to make payroll during the fires because I had my staff helping me. It was just nonstop work.
Yeah.
Max, his agent's like, hey, we want to help you. Okay, well, call PETA or whatever. I have numbers that he can donate. No, he wants to help you. Okay, yeah, me directly. I'm like, what's he want? Does he want to donate? I can accept boxers or whatever.
You're the lady grabbing the hair ties or the things at your restaurant.
You don't know
at
how to
this
take
moment
help.
right here.
Taking help. Exactly.
And so I'm so emotional during this time too. It was I was crying every day. I'm an emotional person. And and his manager's like, Chris. So the manager called me up, Chris, the wife and Max want to help you. What do you need? What is it? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how to accept it. I don't know. And it was a significant amount of money. And I was like, look, why don't you just call Long Beach or LA Fire? They're big dog people too. Call the Pity Foundation. They need help. We already donated to them. I'm like, okay, give me some time, And so then the agent reaches out Chris, yes, dude, they want to help. What do you need us for? I'm like, okay. And it was payroll was due. And I was like, I'm not going to make payroll. I was struggling. It was a struggle.
Yeah.
And because all my energy was going towards this and I wasn't really focusing on work at all, actually at all. It was all this. And the guys are running the restaurant. And so I was like, all right, here's an account. This is for payroll. Whatever you guys want to donate, that's it. He covered the whole payroll for that 2-week period. And I remember just so emotional, crying.
You got me emotional.
And I was like, I don't know how to accept help, and I put up this, it's a struggle. A lot of times it's a struggle, we walk around and, we have a big smile, but what we're going through, people don't know, and for him to do that for me, I was so it was motivating, hey, let me get that off my plate now. I can tackle this even more. What can I do to help more? have this stress off my back. And then he invited me to the Max Crosby Foundation dinner. And that was really cool to be a part of, around like Reggie Jackson, like big time names. And these are people, community leaders, you know, and but yeah, so it's been a crazy year.
That's awesome.
It's a who, not how.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How am I going to make payroll? So, you know,
Yeah. I've always figured it out.
Yeah.
Like any obstacle I've hit, like one thing, like people that know me very well, like they'll tell you, Chris will figure it out. Like I've always figured it out.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a drive that, you know, it's that 1%. I'll put you in that 1% category for sure. It's the nonstop, how to figure it out, how to help others, how to give back, and, you know, and accepting the help. I think a lot of successful people, or the stories I've heard, I should say, because I can't speak on their behalf, I hear they don't accept help until like they finally, you know, let me think this through, calm down, and put my ego aside and my pride aside. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to get help, to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's been like when I was in the hospital, you know, during the fires, this is another cool story. So the LA Kings, you know, AEG gave me the LA Hero Award at their celebrity hockey game with Bieber. Justin Bieber was there. Will Ferrell was a coach. Snoop was the coach on the other side. And so I was getting presented an award. And so they gave me the LA Hero Award, and then Mercury Insurance wanted to give me an award.
Like the Hollywood.
Yeah. So Luke Robitaille presented me this award. And that day is when I went to the hospital. So I was in the hospital all night and all morning. And I'm like, okay, well, I got to be at crypto at this time. And I'm still, you know, I got the IVs in me, and this is so bad. So I said, can I go to the bathroom?
Stuck out.
No
way. Ripped the IVs out. Went straight to crypto, and I'm feeling like shit still. And I got my award, and then I remember telling the dietitian for the Keens, and then one of the vice presidents for AEG this story, and like, you're crazy. I was like, yeah, I was literally. You're
at the hospital.
I gotta be there. I gotta show face. I gotta, you know, I can't. I don't like letting people down.
Yeah.
You know,
imagine being that nurse. It's like missing patient. Where did he go?
And they were calling me. For sure, I was on TV too.
Imagine that.
Oh yeah.
Like he's right there. That missing patient is on TV.
Yeah. It was
crazy. That's awesome. So it was like you. I saw because I remember seeing the ceremony. It was you and like other doctors and nurses and stuff. Other people, right? It was,
So the LA Hero one at the charity game, it was just me and a firefighter.
Okay.
And now I felt so uncomfortable accepting it too. And I remember like taking the mic, and I was like, I'm not a hero. So there was a bunch of firefighters in the stands, their families. I'm like, let's give these people a round of applause. They're the ones in the front line. Like, I'm far from a hero. And then the Mercury Insurance one, it was just like a community impactful person or whatever. I mean, there's some cool people I was with. There's a kid, he does beach cleanups.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's a little kid, and
that's cool.
He organizes these beach cleanups, and the Keens join him, the Ducks join him. So it's just different people that make impacts in the community. So,
yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome to be recognized for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool experience.
Nice. And what was I going to mention? Sorry, train of thought. But I remember seeing the award. I remember seeing the recognition of you and other people in the community getting acknowledged for that. Yeah, I want to say it's called like the Hollywood something with Mercury
Insurance Hollywood Award.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. Just giving back. I'm a big advocate for that. Just give back to your community. You know, be a philanthropist in your own right way, because you know there's no wrong or right way of giving back. Just whatever you feel.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be in the position I'm at today without the people that helped me. You know, my journey. You know, Tony and his wife giving me a bed to sleep on. You know, I mean, the restaurant owner giving me his kitchen
in his car,
and my friends giving me their cars to borrow. Like, you know, friends letting me sleep on their couches. There's a time too. I mean, I went to rehab twice during all this. You know, I had a drinking drug problem. I have an addictive personality. So there was a moment where I was like super depressed, struggling. I went through a 2-year phase, which was really dark time in my life during all this. You know, not like 6 years ago. But you know, there's a lot of people that helped me out during that time. And I always like, that's why I have no problem giving back. I can have $5 in my pocket and someone asks me for $6, and I'll figure out how to get that extra dollar and give it to them. Like, that's just how I was built and always been, you know? So
what's the next step looking for you where you're now your breakthrough? So you've started from, delivering and having other people help you deliver to now you have your storefront or your restaurant, I should say, not even a storefront, it's just a full on running restaurant because I've been there.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. And what's the next step for you? What does that look like?
So next step, we're looking to open up in Vegas. So we want to open up in Vegas and then Nashville. Yeah. Nashville, if all cards are played right, can happen in 6 months.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sorry. No, I was just contemplating why Nashville.
It's very up and coming city, like Franklin, all those cities around Nashville. You're getting a lot of people that are moving there from other states. It wasn't really a health conscious, city to begin with. And the landlord for my building at my restaurant is the owner of Iconics Gym, which is in the parking lot of SoFi.
Okay.
And then there's a big one in Belmont Shore, Long Beach. And he's opening up one in the heart of Nashville, in the yards, they call it.
Yeah.
And it's a 40,000 square foot gym with a 1,200 square foot cafe inside.
That's
We're
cool.
I want to take over that space. That's the goal. And then Vegas, partner up with my boy Max. That's the goal with that too. So
Right there by the Allegiant Stadium.
That one made sense to me.
Yeah.
So I wasn't questioning that
Summerlin,
one.
Vegas.
Summerlin.
Yeah.
Summerlin's the new city.
Yeah.
It's now Summerlin. It's not Henderson no more. It's Summerlin.
Yeah. It used to be Henderson.
It used to be Henderson. I was just in Nashville. I was going to mention 2 weeks ago now. And like you mentioned, a lot of new teardown, not a lot of new builds are coming up.
Yeah.
Outside of downtown Nashville.
Yeah.
A lot of it. So I can definitely see where you can plug and play into Nashville and make that.
And we have a lot of connections there already. So like when I make these moves, it's like, okay, who do I know in these areas? Who can I utilize and my resources? So like agencies. We work with a ton of agencies like Wasserman, CA Sports, Athletics First. Like so a lot of them they have stations in these cities too. So Nashville has a Wasserman, CA Sports there. WME. So one of the guys that works for WME, he was a Rams personnel, and I worked with Jaquez for a long time. He's out in Nashville. Vegas, we work with the Henderson Knights and the Vegas Knights when they play the Kings. So it's just all about who you know.
That's awesome.
So I wouldn't just go somewhere if I didn't have a plan or if I didn't have resources to utilize, It's all about who you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it's pretty cool that you have also personal relationships with a lot of these athletes. So they come into your store physically and pick up their meals.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty neat. You'll never know who you run into when you go.
Yeah, we've had people from like the Vikings. We had like the rookie guys when they're out here training in Orange County and stuff. I'll make them come up and grab their food and like breakfast on me one day. Like I want you to see the space. We're not just your mom and pop meal prep company. We're an actual legit restaurant. We do it here. We've had like Sam Hartman. He's quarterback for Commanders. We've had a bunch of USC guys in there, Raider players, Vikings, pro baseball players, boxers. We had Brooks. I wasn't there, but Milwaukee Bucks. His name's one of the brothers, the Brooks twins or whatever. He's like 7'2", and one of my barista's like, "Hey, there's this guy that's very tall. I just came in to pick up his meals." I was like, "Oh, he plays basketball, obviously." But yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool to see. Yeah, I'm always because I see it on your Instagram posts, these different athletes coming in. I'm like, how come every time I go, I don't see it?
Yeah.
We get the fire department. Fire department comes in. Police officers. Yeah, we built like a cool like community driven, like I call it home. People would come. They love
a lot of regulars. I see.
That's a cool thing. For sure.
Like
that's a neat thing that you built.
Yeah. Regulars come in, hang out, juice. And then they're like, "You guys are a meal prep company?" I'm like, "Well, that's what we were for 8 years. And now we're we transitioned to this." And like you said, it's opposite. It's usually a restaurant and you start meal prepping. Now I went from a meal prep to a restaurant. So
yeah. And the food is really good. I will definitely vouch and the juices are fresh. The coffee, the lavender latte. I always get there.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Is the restaurant the same name?
Yeah. Right Meals Healthy Eatery.
Okay.
I didn't want to change it because we're just so branded with like sports teams, and we get some shit all the time about the name, like
really?
Some funny ones too. We had because when the first Long Beach did an article that we were opening up, and I was looking in the comments, like, what a terrible name. Like, you're not going to eat the name, but you're going to eat the food. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And then we took over a staple of Long Beach, and so we got a lot of backlash on that. I'm like, look it. You come on, things change. You're fine. Just come try us out.
No one else is doing it,
and people love it now.
Yeah.
Like, people were like, wow, this is the best. We have avocado toast. It got rated number
So
1 on
good.
Yelp for
It's
Long
beautiful. It's a
My
pretty
wife
presentation, you guys.
loves avocado toast.
Beach. Guarantee it's that's what Max want. We make his avocado toast. He loves our avocado
It's so
toast.
good.
It's incredible. My chef did a good job with that. Our breakfast sandwich is insane. Chicken teriyaki. We do all of our sauces in house. So gluten free, no seed oils. That's a big trend right now.
Yeah.
We don't use any dairy except for like the milk and the coffee. It's very clean. Not boring,
Yeah.
because people hear like clean eating, they think
Rice
boring
chicken.
stuff. No, it's not like that at all. Yeah, we
Yeah.
have some cool dishes. We do like a chicken
The
piccata, the
curry.
curry,
The curry's good.
masala, a lot of cool dishes. So
Yeah. And I like how it's broken down, like for those, like, I'm not nutrition by any means, but for those that are, like the macros and all that stuff, it's all breaking down. So it's very simple. It's on, like the packaging is self-explanatory. It's
Yeah.
clean. It's neat. It's good. It tastes good. That's the more important thing, I
Yeah.
think, for anything.
That's
why
why
you
it's-
have.
yeah, and that's why sporting teams like working with us, because we break it down. We work with dietitians. So there's a nutritionist and a dietitian. People don't know the difference.
I
between
didn't. I thought it was all on one
nutritionist
team.
and dietitian. If someone says they're a nutritionist, walk away. There's no credentials with that. A dietitian's the one that goes to a 4-year university. They're the ones that are hired by hospitals, sports teams. They have to renew their credentials. They do 2,500 hours, I think
Oh,
it
wow.
is, of like free work, and it's crazy. And then a nutritionist, you can just go online, take a class, and you're a nutritionist. And it's like there's no credentials behind it.
Fake.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because we'll work with athletes. I'm like, oh, my
Uh-huh.
nutritionist wants, and I'm like, let me get a hold of your team dietitian.
Yeah.
That's who I need to talk to. So we work with dietitians. We're dietitian, certified. We get all of our nutritional facts from a company that dietitians use. So it's like we try to be as legit as possible so we can get those contracts like the Olympics, Super Bowl, Red Bull, like things like that.
So right now you're directly working with SoFi is one, right?
No.
Or is it-
So we work for SoFi during the fires.
Got it.
So
Okay.
we work with teams that will
Teams,
play. Like
okay.
we did the first women's sporting event, Brazil versus USA Soccer.
Oh, that's cool.
So we had that opportunity to do, and that was really like sick. They were saying this is the most flawless company we've ever worked with. Everything was smooth because we had to deliver. We were going at it with SoFi, not in a bad way. They just have a contract with a food company, so we couldn't deliver the food onto the stadium. So we had to pivot and go to their private jet at the airport. And
so jet delivery, guys.
yeah, we've done it a couple times. We did
That's
catering
cool.
on their Restoration Hardware jet.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we with the USA Brazil game, we had to time it. It was so tough because it's hot. So you're in the kitchen timing everything. You got to get on the road at a certain time. Then you have to be at the security at a certain time to get them their food on the tarmac so they can get off, take flight or whatever. The pilot emailed the group with FIFA and all the USA coach and all that. It's like, we just want to say this was the most, the fastest we've ever been off tarmac waiting for, am I saying it right? Tarmac?
Yeah, tarmac.
Tarmac, waiting for them, for food. We're usually running late. You made it so easy for us. Everything was labeled. Everything was just perfect. And so then we've been in contact because I'm trying to lock in the contract for the World Cup.
That's cool.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
yeah.
See, your service goes a long way, guys.
It really does.
It goes such a long way.
One advice I give to people is if you want to be a realtor, if you want to, anything in sales, be in the service industry in a restaurant. Be a busboy, bus tables, wash dishes, work a cash register. You learn so much doing that, and you can apply that to any sales position. It's crazy. It forces you to be personable when you're working at a storefront, or a restaurant serving tables. You can't do that, and sales is probably not for you. You know,
the communication skills is on a whole nother level. The follow up. Are you I mean, I know you're hands on, but are you always at all these events as much as you can be, or do you have a whole team behind you?
I have a team that does all the cooking, the prepping, all that stuff. Those guys are the hard workers. I'm the face of it now. I go out and I close. A lot of people I still work with from years before, and they don't want to talk to anyone else but me. You know, I have a girl I just hired. She goes out. I call it, door knocking. And so she's out there, door knocking, selling right meals, and I just hired her to take that off my plate. And I'm teaching her stuff. And
You're learning to delegate and get help.
yes, I'm trying to because I need it because I'm stressed. I'm very
Yes.
stressed
Gonna be
out.
back in the hospital.
I
know,
probably will.
escaping
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
No,
man.
I knock on wood. Yeah. So,
That's crazy.
but yeah.
Any other advice or word?
No.
No, I think we've heard a lot of cool stories.
Yeah.
A lot of neat stuff. I mean, I definitely want to have you back on the podcast and hear your new contracts moving forward and
Yeah.
your new ventures with other companies. That's pretty exciting. Hitting the sports, was that like always the main dream, is to hit sports team?
Yeah. From the beginning, I was a college athlete.
Right.
You know, I've always wanted to do something that involved sports. And so like, yeah, I think it was always destined for me to be in sports, but I didn't think it would get to this level. I did, but I didn't, you know.
But it's
I don't
still
know.
going. You're
It's
not
still going.
done yet.
I'm
like
not
Kobe
done.
said, the job ain't done.
No, never. It's never done. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, okay, we did, you know, when Max recommended us for the Raider camp in Costa Mesa. So we did a bunch of players during the camp and when they had the Raider camp in Costa Mesa. So like,
That's
I
cool.
want things like that, like regularly. Like I want to have like my logo on a sporting, you know, team or, you know,
in the locker room
on the mound at the World Series.
Yeah.
Or, you know, next, get
Right
Capital
behind
One
home
out of
plate.
here. Dude. Let's put Right
That's
Meals on there,
cool.
you know, and that's why I won't change my name. People are like, change
Yeah, it's
your
your
name.
brand.
No, it's branded. This
It's
is what people
branded.
know. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
I like it.
awesome.
I like it.
I like it. I like the name. So stop hating on the name,
Yeah.
people. You know,
You're not eating
try
the
it.
name. You're not eating the
You
name.
ain't doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It tastes good. It's good. Presentation's amazing. But like I said, more than anything, it's that hustle that a lot of people don't have, that drive, that giving back, being of service. I feel, like I said, it comes back to you 10
Yeah.
times fold, you know? So that's really, really cool what you're doing. I'm really proud of you because I've
Thank you.
seen you from day one to where you are now, and you're just continuing to grow. So that's pretty cool watching your journey and your growth, you know? So
Yeah, it's
I've
sick.
seen the Intero days.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are, I mean, it's
So-
still a struggle today.
No, I
You
know,
what I mean?
but it's
I'm not-
continuous growth.
Yeah. It's always
Yeah.
a struggle.
So
but-
where can people find you and order the meals from?
So rightmeals.com. You can go on there. You can order meal prep. And then I'll do a deal. If you guys get people up here to order, we'll do free delivery for anybody that we get from the podcast up in this area.
He's gonna borrow his buddy's car and he's gonna
No, well, we have a refrigerated van that does deliveries now. And but yeah, you just go to the website. We're on Instagram, social media. I just got a LinkedIn account I'm trying to figure out how to use because I'm more of like a personal person, you know.
Yeah.
I have what's it called? Twitter, but I never use it. I don't know how to use it. And then TikTok, don't know how to use it, but I have it.
Get on TikTok.
But yeah, so rightmeals.com.
So we'll definitely put your link up there. Also, I want to have the link up there for the upcoming charity event you're doing for Christmas. That's another one we want to share. So please be a part of that. Giving back to the community, not just here, but other communities around you would be great. And then for us, anything you want to tie in, Julian?
No, I think we covered it all.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
again,
appreciate
thank
you
you for
coming.
being here. We definitely want you back on the
Thank
podcast.
you.
Again, don't forget to click and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Mainpod. See you next time.
Thank you guys.
Yay.